What's up, kids? Today we decided to go on a road trip all the way to Skara Sommarland. Skara Sommarland is one of Sweden's largest amusement and water parks, located near the town of Skara in the Västra Götaland region. It's known for offering a mix of thrilling amusement rides and extensive water attractions, making it a popular summer destination for families and thrill seekers alike. The park features roller coasters, carousels, and adventure areas, but its biggest draw is the large water park, which includes water slides, wave pools, and lazy rivers. There are also areas for younger children, making it suitable for all ages. Skara Sommarland is typically open during the summer months, offering a mix of excitement and relaxation for visitors. In addition to the rides and water attractions, the park often hosts events, shows, and entertainment for a full-day experience. It's a great place for families to enjoy the outdoors, with plenty of picnic areas and spots to relax. We began our Skara Sommarland adventure by boarding the park's lively train, which offered a leisurely, scenic ride around the entire park. It felt like the perfect way to kick off our day, giving us a panoramic view of everything Skara Sommarland had to offer. As the train chugged along, we passed through various sections of the park, each more exciting than the last. From our seats, we could see families laughing on the bumper cars, kids eagerly lining up for the water slides, and thrill seekers bracing themselves for the towering roller coasters in the distance. The train ride wasn't just a simple mode of transportation, it was an experience in itself. The gentle rocking of the train, combined with the cheerful tunes playing in the background, made the whole journey feel relaxed and fun. Along the way, we caught glimpses of people floating lazily in the wave pools and groups of friends, challenging each other on the water slides. It was also a great opportunity to spot some of the quieter areas of the park, like the picnic spots and grassy patches where families were enjoying the sun. As we continued our journey, the train gave us a sneak peek of all the fun yet to come. We passed by the massive, looping water slides that twisted high above the ground, the sound of rushing water adding to the anticipation. We saw kids shrieking with joy as they flew down the zip line and the bright, colorful carousels spinning under the summer sky. Every turn of the track revealed something new and exciting, and it was impossible not to feel a growing sense of excitement. By the time the train pulled back into the station, we had a mental map of the park and a list of must-try attractions. It was a perfect introduction to Skara Sommarland, giving us a taste of the adventure that lay ahead and building our excitement for the rest of the day. From the water slides to the thrill rides, we knew we were in for an unforgettable day filled with fun, laughter, and new memories. As we boarded the train to kick off our Skara Sommarland adventure, the excitement was already building for all of us, Mommy Barbs, myself, and especially for Eilina and Aiden. There was this contagious buzz in the air, the kind that always comes before a day full of fun and adventure. Mommy Barbs and I shared a quick glance, both of us grinning at the thought of watching Eilina and Aiden experience so much excitement for the first time. Even though Eilina is only 3 and Aiden is just 1, we knew the park had so much to offer for every age, and we couldn't wait to explore it all together as a family. Eilina was already bouncing in her seat, eyes wide, pointing at every colorful ride and sparkling pool we passed. She kept asking, "Can we go there? And what's that, Mommy?" Her enthusiasm was infectious, and it was hard not to laugh at her boundless energy. I could see how thrilled she was at the thought of playing in the water, and maybe even trying some of the smaller rides just for kids. Aiden, even though still a little too young to fully understand, was wide-eyed, taking in all the sights and sounds with curious glances. He loved the feel of the wind on his face as the train moved, and you could see him smile every time he heard laughter from the other kids in the park. For Mommy Barbs and me, the excitement came from knowing that this would be a day full of special moments. We had been looking forward to sharing this experience with Eilina and Aiden, watching their reactions to every new ride, every splash of water, and every burst of laughter. We could already imagine Eilina squealing with joy as she ran through the water park, and Aiden giggling as he splashed his tiny feet in the kiddie pool. We couldn't wait to take in the joy of seeing our children experience something magical for the first time. As the train ride continued, we talked about what to do next. Whether we should start with the gentle rides for Alina or head straight for the water park so Aiden could cool off. The anticipation was palpable, and the day stretched out in front of us like an adventure waiting to unfold. It was going to be a day filled with laughter, splashes, and endless joy, and the excitement was just getting started. Alina, you absolutely loved the turtle ride. We honestly lost count of how many times you went on it. It was like you couldn't get enough of it. Every time you got off, you were already asking to go again, and each time, your face lit up with the biggest smile. It was so fun watching you spin around, giggling every time the ride moved faster. Meanwhile, Aiden was having his own adventure. He was so captivated by all the soap bubbles floating in the air. He kept running after them with his little legs, arms stretched out, trying to catch every last bubble he saw. He was giggling too, totally absorbed in the magic of those bubbles. Both of you got to ride the cable cars with Mommy Barbs. The way your faces lit up as the cable cars lifted you gently into the air was priceless. You could see everything from up there. The whole park spread out beneath you, and I bet it felt like you were floating. Mommy Barbs told me afterward how much fun you both had, pointing out all the rides and waving down at everyone. Then you and I, Alina, decided to try one of the tougher rides. It was one of those big ones that go really fast and twist and turn a lot. You were so brave, my little adventurer, for giving it a shot. Even though you didn't like it as much as we thought you might. I was so proud of you for being courageous enough to try something new. And after that, we went right over to the teacups, which you absolutely adored. You loved spinning around, laughing the whole time. It was much more your speed, and we had so much fun together. After a while, it was time to take a break and grab something to eat. And you both know how much Daddy loves his burgers. We sat down to enjoy a delicious meal, with you and Aiden enjoying your food while we rested for a bit. Once we were full and ready to go again, we headed over to a really cool bridge. As we crossed it, we saw this beautiful ship, standing tall and majestic in the water. It felt like we were stepping into a little storybook, adventure with all the amazing things around us. It was such a perfect moment to slow down and take in everything around us before we continued our fun-filled day. Then it was time for the tiny cars, and Alina, you really surprised us with your incredible driving skills. Watching you take the wheel with such confidence and control was amazing. You were so focused, steering carefully around the little course like a pro, making sure not to bump into anything. It was hard to believe you were only 3 years old. Mommy Barbs and I couldn't stop smiling. So proud of how independent and skillful you were. You had the biggest grin on your face the entire time, clearly loving every second of it. Aiden watched you with wide eyes, as if he was already imagining the day when he'd get to drive a little car just like you. After the car ride, we decided to take a relaxing walk around Skara Sommarland, eager to discover even more of what the park had to offer. There was so much to see. We strolled past colorful rides and cheerful music playing in the distance. Every turn seemed to reveal something new and exciting. We spotted a few thrilling rides that you'll definitely want to try when you're older. But for now, the day was all about fun-sized adventures that were perfect for you and Aiden. As we wandered through the park, we stumbled upon a massive playground, a true paradise for kids of all ages. There were slides, climbing towers, and swings everywhere, and you two couldn't wait to jump right in. One of the sweetest moments was when you and Aiden shared a double-seated swing. You both sat side by side, giggling as Mommy Barbs and I gave you gentle pushes. Aiden was so happy, his little legs kicking in the air, and you, Alina, held onto the swing tightly, laughing with your brother. It was such a precious sight, seeing the two of you having so much fun together. As the day started winding down, we knew it was time for one last treat to end the perfect adventure, ice cream. We found a cozy spot to sit down and enjoy our cones. each of us savoring the cool, sweet flavors. You, of course, went for chocolate, while Aiden got vanilla. Mommy Barbs and I shared a moment, watching you both with ice cream smeared on your faces, so happy and content. It was the perfect way to wrap up such a fun-filled day, and we left Skara Sommarland with full hearts, excited for the next time we return for another family adventure. The next day was all about the water park at Skara Sommarland, and it was a day we had all been looking forward to. As the morning sun started shining bright, we knew it was going to be the perfect day for splashing around in the water. But before diving into all the fun, we kicked things off the way I love most, with a stop at the food stalls for some more hamburgers. You both know how much I love my burgers, and these were no exception. The smell of the grill, the sound of people laughing and enjoying the park, and the excitement building for the water park made that meal even more special. You and Aiden shared your little meal, and Mommy Barbs and I couldn't help but laugh at how serious you both were about making sure not a single crumb went to waste. After we were full and ready, it was finally time to head to the kids section of the water park. Eilina, you were so excited, practically bouncing with energy as we walked toward the splash pools and water slides. Aiden, even though he's still young, had this little look of wonder on his face, his eyes wide as he took in all the sights and sounds of the water park. The sun was shining high above us, casting a warm glow on everything, and the air was filled with the happy sounds of children playing and water splashing. It was one of those perfect summer days where everything feels just right. Once we found our spot, we got ready for the water fun. The kids section was absolutely perfect for both of you. There were smaller water slides just the right size for Eilina, and shallow pools where Aiden could splash around safely. Eilina, you were unstoppable. You went straight for the water slides, zipping down again and again with the biggest grin on your face. Each time you reached the bottom, you shouted again, and raced back up to the top. Your excitement was contagious, and Mommy Barbs and I couldn't help but laugh at how much fun you were having. Aiden, you were having your own little adventure, toddling around in the shallow water, splashing with your hands and giggling every time the water sprayed up into the air. You loved standing under the little fountains that would pop up from the ground, feeling the cool water against your skin. And every time Eilina splashed past you, you'd watch her with amazement, like you couldn't wait until you were big enough to follow her down those slides. One of the highlights was the giant water bucket that would tip over every few minutes, sending a huge splash of water raining down over everyone below. Eilina, you bravely stood under it, arms raised in excitement, waiting for that big moment when the water would crash down. Aiden and I stood off to the side, watching with wide eyes as the water cascaded over everyone. It was such a simple thing, but it brought so much joy. We spent hours there, soaking up the sun and enjoying every moment of being together. The next day, our adventure continued with an exciting trip to Liseberg in Gothenburg. From the moment we packed up the car, there was a buzz of excitement in the air. We had been talking about Liseberg for days, and you, Eilina, couldn't wait to see all the rides. Aiden, too, seemed to sense the excitement his little legs kicking in his car seat as we drove through the city. As we got closer to the park, you could see the towering rides and colorful attractions rising up in the distance, and your eyes, Eilina, grew wide with wonder. The day was full of promise, and we were all eager to make some new memories together. Once we arrived and made our way through the park gates, it didn't take long for you, Eilina, to start pointing out all the rides you wanted to try. There was no stopping you. You were ready to tackle every kid's ride in the park, and with so many to choose from, it felt like there was no time to waste. We started with the Gentle Ones rides that let you soar high above the park in colorful balloons or spin around in bright, cheerful cars. Each ride seemed more fun than the last, and your laughter filled the air. It was so amazing to see how much joy you found in each ride. From the smallest carousel to the bigger rides that made your heart race just a little. Aiden, even though he's still little, didn't want to miss out on the fun. He eagerly accompanied you on the rides he was allowed to go on, and the two of you were an adorable team. Whether it was the mini train or the spinning teacups, Aiden was right there with you, his little face lighting up with excitement. You held his hand during some of the rides, and it was so sweet to watch the bond between you two grow stronger with every shared adventure. Even though Aiden couldn't go on the bigger rides, he was perfectly happy being by your side, and you made sure he felt included in all the fun. One of the highlights of the day, though, was when you, Ailina, earned your very own kid's driving license. You got behind the wheel of a tiny car in the special kids driving area, and with a little guidance, you navigated the roads like a true driver. Mommy Barbs and I were so proud watching you steer the car, carefully following the road signs and stopping at the miniature traffic lights. You were focused, determined to get it just right, and the look on your face when you were handed your very own license was priceless. You held it up proudly, grinning from ear to ear, and we couldn't help but cheer you on. But your driving skills didn't stop there. Later on, you tried out the kids' boat ride, where you got to captain your very own little boat. You were so excited as you steered through the water, navigating around the obstacles like a true sailor. And just like with the car ride, you earned yourself a kid's boat license, which made you feel even more accomplished. You showed off both licenses with so much pride, holding them up for Aiden to see. After our exciting day at Liseberg, we returned to the hotel for some much-needed rest. We were also exhausted from the fun and laughter, but as we settled into the cozy hotel room, there was still a lingering excitement in the air from all the rides and adventures we had shared that day. Ailina, you were still buzzing about earning your kids' driving and boat licenses, proudly showing them off before bed, while Aiden, already worn out from the day's excitement, fell asleep quickly, his little hand still clutching his favorite toy. Mommy Barbs and I smiled, knowing we had created some unforgettable memories. The next morning, we woke up refreshed and ready for another wonderful day. Our hotel offered a breakfast buffet, and it was a spread full of everything you could imagine: pancakes, eggs, fruits, pastries. But what we were most excited about was trying something we had seen on TikTok: watermelon and lemon. We grabbed a slice of watermelon and squeezed fresh lemon juice over it, curious to see if it was as delicious as people said. And guess what it was? The sweet and juicy watermelon, combined with the zesty tang of the lemon, was such a refreshing and surprising combination. Ailina, you gave a big thumbs up, and even Aiden, who's still learning to appreciate new flavors, seemed to enjoy the burst of freshness. After breakfast, we packed up and got ready for one last adventure on our calm and relaxing day at Skara Sommarland. The drive to the beach was peaceful, and as we got closer, you could already hear the soft sound of waves and smell the salty ocean air. Skara Sommarland was the perfect place to unwind after the busy days we'd had.